From the thrilling world of sports betting, with the budget of a gas station snack, this is the $10 bet. Three siblings, $10 each. Questionable judgment. Featuring Cash Out Christina, who believes that betting is leaving early with whatever money is left. Money-making Mike, who insists this is definitely not gambling. And Go All In Greg, who treats every $10 bill like it's his last. Each week, they break down the games, place their bets, and attempt to turn $10 into seasonal bragging rights. Will they win big, or just lose slowly? Find out now on the $10 bet. Brought to you by SideBet Sally, a successful AI app trained to find human bias in betting. Go to sbsally.com for more information.
Bet on it!
Okay, welcome to the $10 bet. Here we are. We just finished up week 2. This is our second show, but we did 2 weeks of betting for it. And Michael and Christina have both lost the first 2 weeks. I lost the first week, but won last week with a good, reasonable, sound bet. You guys were swinging for the fences. I was reasonable. It puts you guys are both negative 20 total for the year so far, negative 10 last week. And then I was plus 37 last week, and then with the $10 loss the previous week, that puts me total at plus 27. So I'm in the green or the black, whatever. You guys are in the red still. And I was curious what bets we're going to make. We'll talk about it at the end of the show to see if you guys get more conservative or more desperate chasing your losses. We'll see what happens. But I don't know, thoughts last week?
For one of my safe bet, everything hit but South Florida. And it turns out the South Florida coach was leaving. So didn't know that was happening.
Oh, and wasn't South Florida like the first game, so you knew out of the gates?
Yeah, out of the gates I was done, but I kept watching and of course everything else hit.
Yeah. Christina, yours were a little more depressing. You were all in on Villanova. In fact, I think one of our quotes last week was you bragging Villanova all the way. But
Villanova is not a basketball team.
My team, I would like to say, my team is still in the running for a championship. Both your teams are out.
oh, I know. I wanted UVA so bad, and they just couldn't pull it off. Plus, in another Calcutta league,
And
I
you had Florida.
Now it's time for big games of the week, the matchups everyone's talking about this weekend. Let's take a look at the games that could make or break this week's bets. Big Games of the Week is brought to you by our sponsor, SideBet Sally, an AI app for smart machine learning-based NFL betting. Visit sbsally.com for more information.
So let's talk about the big games this week. All right. So we've got obviously Sweet 16 is huge. March Madness. It's also baseball season's ramping up. Starting.
Opening weekend, baby. It's opening weekend.
Yeah, opening weekend, gonna be exciting. Or at least as exciting as baseball can be, right? Like, but
They have
Sweet
crossover.
16, there, I like Florida getting knocked out. There's some upsets in the Sweet 16. It's always exciting when that happens. I didn't see it coming on my other bets, but I had some of my early parlay won last week. But I like the mix this week because there's some lower seeds that made it in. There's some like big discrepancies in Sweet 16. When you would normally like Sweet 16, you think the teams would be closer, like spread wise, and there's some big spreads on going into the Sweet 16. I will tease a little bit that I use that as my betting strategy for this week when we look at our bets later. But I don't know. Any other thoughts on March Madness?
I've been watching a little bit, and it seems like with the NIL money, it seems like all the basketball schools that spend money, it's like the Cinderella story might be gone because it's fun, right? The first 64 you don't know, but now we have all the favorites, right? And even though Texas isn't really a favorite, they're still in the powerhouse conference. So I think that's kind of interesting. where March Madness will go in the following years.
Oh yeah, you think it's just going to be no more Cinderella stories? I think this year disproved that. I think there were, of course, I was on the other side of those Cinderella story bets, so I'm a little sore about it. But like, although I guess I can't count UVA as that, but even they were upset. Like it was brutal, and Florida got beat.
Yeah.
Like Florida wasn't like they got beat.
Yes, they were the number one seed, but I mean, hey, like you said, you can't go back to back is tough, man.
Yeah. Um, all right, baseball
Baseball.
opening weekend. What happens this season?
Or Savannah Banana.
First of all, I got to say I love the 25-second clock. That was the greatest invention.
Oh,
That
the
is
pitch
saved
clock.
baseball. Yeah.
Yeah. Now they need to go to AI and get rid of the umpires.
Yeah. There's no reason not to call the strikes
I'm
through
still
AI.
bitter about the Dominican game.
I know we're gonna hear about it every week. I'm sure. I can edit it out. I don't know, Christina. This weekend, baseball, March Madness.
I always like opening day. I used to live in Baltimore, so that was always fun with the O's opening day. It was
Oh yeah.
peak. But
Everyone's tied for the championship opening day. It's exciting.
fresh start. But we always put $1 on our Florida Marlins and Baltimore O's to win the championship
Yeah.
World Series.
Yeah.
Hey, they always
And
got a
for people who
chance.
don't know that, this is like Christina's style of betting. She puts dollar bets on like crazy odd stuff that's like never gonna happen. But hey, what's the best one that's ever come through for you? Those little bets.
I think it was a shutout by Bob Bravowski for the Florida Panthers, and I hit. It was like 90,000 to 1, and I hit
I
it.
mean, Sergey Bro.
Shut up.
Yeah. Yeah.
The goalie. Sergey?
That's
Sergey
awesome.
Barakov.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was a
Um,
fun.
So would you win
My phone away from me. $900
on $1?
on $1.
That's insane. That is the best. See, all you got to do that is once per season on this game.
Yeah, and then just delete the app.
Yeah. So maybe your strategy should be like you make a $9 bet and then a $1 ridiculous bet.
I do like. I'm watching the women's NCAA tournament. I feel like there's a lot of more like fire and intensity. Like the Maryland coach went viral for yelling at her player, so it was funny because there's a lot of HR stuff in there. But it was more of like she dropped 21 points right after she got yelled at. So.
So verbal abuse of players is a positive thing.
Yeah. It was a hype.
Um,
Yeah, I don't know much about. I haven't dove into any baseball teams, but I'll always put $1 towards the Florida Marlins and Baltimore O's.
yeah, that's perfect. That's awesome. I'm the Nats, so I don't know that I'll bet on them to win the whole thing. I'm not feeling that necessarily, but
Famous last words. I'm gonna.
Maybe the division.
yeah, I can see that.
Every NFL season, millions of fans try to beat the spread. But sportsbooks don't just set odds based on teams. They set them based on how people bet. And people are predictable. SideBet Sally is an NFL betting app powered by artificial intelligence. She predicts when teams will beat the spread by spotting bias in human betting. Sally finds opportunities where the market gets it wrong, with a 68% return on investment in her first season. She is powered by advanced data science, but she is driven by the art of AI design. Meet SideBet Sally, sbsally.com.
Bet on it.
All right, enough talking, it's time to make it official. Each of you has $10 and one chance to turn it into bragging rights. These are the picks that count. Let's lock in the official bets.
All right. Next, bets this week. Each person cover what bet you made. Let's go with Christina first.
All right, I'm pulling mine up real quick. Let's see upcoming bets. All right, so I just did my $10 because I'm feeling a little salty. 2 weeks in a row losing. This is not financial advice.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. put like something on the bottom, like don't.
That's okay. As long as they watch the show, they'll see that this is not financial advice.
Like I
They're
said,
like,
just bet against us.
$7.
Hmm.
I picked Purdue to cover. I did spreads this week, so Purdue to cover 7.5. Nebraska 1.5. Nebraska's a 3-point. Their 3-point shooting is insane. And then UConn to cover the spread at 2.5. So those three for a $10 bet will pay out $71.26.
No mascots.
An early cash out. No, I messed up. The Wildcat Villanova. There's like 20,000 Villanova or Wildcat mascots, so I should have known better.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, you'll see. I'm on the other end of that Purdue bet, but in a different way. But like Nebraska, I like that bet. I could see.
I mean, just a 3-pointer.
They're due.
Yeah.
They've been in the tournament for a while, and they've had some tough losses, so it'll be fun to see them go to next round.
Yeah, I don't know. Purdue minus 7.5. Here, because my theory is this, right? And they're up against Texas, who was 11 seed or something, right? Like so. And what was Purdue? A second
I'm
seed?
an 11th seed. They came in like fourth in their division, so they're not a
Yeah.
bad team.
Yeah, and so Purdue's a second seed in the court, and like, so they're obviously that would like, but Texas made it, right? Like they're in the Sweet 16, and so negative 7.5 points in these basketball games, particularly because at the end, everyone's trying, like they're fouling, they're doing all the things, but like, I don't know, that one that'll be interesting to see how it comes in. Michael, what are your bets?
All right, so I put two. I'll try to make this quick because they're both long bets. But I'll start with the
Again,
basketball
Michael
one.
is swinging for the
Swing
fences.
it. Sooner or later, like baseball and basketball, kind of not my favorite sports, so like just swinging for the fences. Once playoff hockey starts, I'm all in on the $10 spot. Um, but so for basketball, I took Texas versus Purdue. I took Texas to win. Nebraska, Iowa, I took Nebraska to win. Arizona, Arkansas, I took Arizona to win. Houston versus Illinois, I took Houston to win. Duke
Money
versus St.
making Mike's
John,
going for money lines. Money
I
line,
put
Mike.
I put Duke to win, and UConn versus Michigan State, I put UConn to win. So I took
Awesome. And
mostly all the
let's just
favorites.
point out that these are 7-team parlays that Michael's expecting.
Yeah, like I said, try to rip them off. So in this 7-bet parlay, I bet $5 and I win $194 if it all hits. The only underdog I really took was Texas, and even then, I don't think they're an underdog. Every other one is pretty much a favorite.
Yeah, the Texas Purdue game. That's gonna be an interesting game.
Yeah.
What's your other bet? The baseball one.
All right, so opening weekend, I was gonna take runs, but I feel like every game is usually a tight game, so I just took wins. Um, I have the Yankees beating the Giants. I have the Brewers beating with the White Sox. The Baltimore Orioles beating the Twins. The Red Sox beating the Reds. Tigers beating the Padres. Phillies beating the Rangers. And the Dodgers winning the last game against the Diamondbacks.
Okay,
Which
so you're
is
basically another 7-leg parlay.
Yeah. Took
And this
basically
time you
everyone
took all the
playing,
favorites.
taking every. No. Not in MLB.
Well, you
There
can't
are
tell
some
first game hits.
flippable coins. No, because the first game's tonight against the Yankees and Giants, and I think that might be the one
Yeah.
that I probably.
All right. So Michael going for 2 7-leg parlays
Yeah.
in an attempt to leap way out in front.
Well,
the
and
$10
if that
bet.
$5 one hits, it's 151.
We'll have to see how this strategy works out, Cotton.
It's a bold move.
It's a bold move, Cotton. We'll have to see.
Like I said, just wait till the NHL, and then I'm gonna start rolling.
Okay. All right. My bets. I love my bets. I took team because my argument I made before, where it's like the Sweet 16. These basketball teams are all good. They all proven at this point that they can beat good teams and get to the Sweet 16. So there was, to me, a surprising number of like long shots or people getting a lot of points. So like Alabama, Arkansas, and Texas to me were getting a lot of points already. And so I put the three of them in a parlay with points, plus I teased it 5 extra points for each. So for example, Alabama was 9.5, and now they're getting 14.5. I just feel like is a great teaser bet. So my $10 pays 27. So very conservative, very mild, but I'm playing like just give me points, tease me all the points, and I'll take what I believe to be a safer win.
Greg, I have a fun side bet for you. The women's team, Virginia, is still in it, and to win just their region is it 10,000? No, 100,000 to 1.
Yeah, because who
What?
are they probably playing? UConn.
Well, they play TCU, so
And
if
then
they're-
UConn?
yeah, but if they beat TCU, it's an early cash out, maybe
Yeah,
half.
I like it. I'll do that. I just
Yeah.
bet on the wrong. I bet on the men's UVA team. That was my mistake.
They're
Should've
not
been
going to give
betting
you
on
a
the
cash out. They're going to pause it.
No.
Oh, I like that, Christina. That's a great side bet.
It was a fun side bet.
Yeah.
Michael's mad.
You're going against UConn, who just scored 100 points against their like team.
No, this weekend they don't play UConn. They play TCU.
Yep, but they're going to have to play UConn to win their spot.
In the region? No, they'll
Yeah.
have to play South Carolina. UConn's not in their region.
Oh, okay. Man, that could work out.
All
Michael's
right.
got
Look
a
at us
check
filled with
record
tons of
for it.
misinformation. This is great.
Fact check Michael.
I just thought they played UConn because it was so high.
All right. Well, guys, it's been fun this
Always
week.
pleasure.
See if you guys can start to catch up, or do I start to pull away? Is my teaser bet brilliant? Is Michael swinging for the fences the way to go? 7-leg parlays. Christina, on the side, I will make a little extra bet for the women from UVA. That'll,
I think
I
that'll
like
be
the,
fun.
yeah. All right.
All right.
See everyone next
Bye.
week. Good luck.
And that's this week's picks on the $10 bet. We'll see whose $10 survives the weekend and who's buying the excuses next week. If you enjoyed the show, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, and drop a comment with the bet you think will hit this week. We'll be back next week to break down the games and see who's one step closer to bragging rights. Please check out our sponsor, SideBet Sally, an AI app specializing in NFL bets that beat the spread by finding human bias in betting. Go to sbsally.com for more info.
Bet on it.
Until next time, bet smart. It's only $10, but someone's going to hear about it all season.